Good evening. I'm writing to share another paranormal experience I had on the road. This was one of the strangest and most confusing, as I haven't been able to make sense of it no matter how much I think about it. About a month ago, I was headed to Guadalajara. The company I work for provides freight transport services to various businesses, and I currently handle a route from Querétaro to Hermosillo. However, due to a shutdown at the companies I usually service, my route wasn't needed for 2 weeks, so I was assigned to support other colleagues on a route from Hermosillo to Guadalajara. We were a convoy of 3 trucks since the 6 trailers we were transporting were part of a connection that came from Tijuana, also in 3 trucks, and arrived at the Hermosillo terminal. From there, we were to take them to Guadalajara. Everything was going well, completely normal. We were chatting and joking over the radio like any other trucker. While crossing through Nayarit, we decided to stop at a roadside diner. For those who don't know, a roadside diner is a restaurant on the highway in the middle of nowhere. You could say it's a place where they sell food and sometimes beer. Some even have dormitories or showers. They got this name because the diner was originally lit by a diesel lamp with a wick, and those places were once illuminated by them. Anyway, we arrived, had dinner together, and stayed for a while to rest until it got a bit late. We decided to leave and everyone got into their trucks. Everyone started to leave except for me because outside the diner, there was someone struggling with their car. He got out, checked the engine, fiddled with the spark plug wires, tapped the engine, and still it wouldn't start. The desperation on the man's face was evident as he tried to get his vehicle running, so I approached him and asked if I could help. He appreciated it, and together we checked the car. At first glance, the person seemed normal, physically in good shape, well-dressed, but the car looked like it was from the 80s. After a while of inspecting the car without success, my radio started to buzz. It was a convoy colleague asking what had happened to me, why they couldn't see me following them. I told them I was helping someone with their car, and he replied, "That's strange. We didn't see anyone outside the diner. But anyway, we'll see you when you catch up. Report in when you rejoin." I ended the call. The person I was helping asked for a ride, and honestly, I got a bad feeling. First, because I had boxes with packages and sometimes they contain high-value items, so I feared it might be a setup for a robbery. Secondly, I didn't feel comfortable with that person's presence. There was a heavy vibe, and going with a stranger didn't feel right. I decided to leave and told the person I couldn't help any longer, that I was in a hurry and needed to go. But before I could finish, the person climbed onto the step and kept insisting. I stood firm in my decision and told him to please get off or he might fall. He finally got off the step. I started my truck and saw in the rearview mirror that he was running after me. For a moment, I thought he might hang onto the back step to hitch a ride, but he didn't. He just kept running. I began to gradually increase the truck speed, and the person kept running after me. It started to scare me. My warning system began to sound as I increased speed to 40 kilometers per hour, then 60. The person was still running after me, and that's when I got scared because it's humanly impossible to run at that speed. I increased to 80 and managed to lose sight of him. The warning system stopped beeping. Already frightened, I contacted my colleagues by radio to inform them that I had rejoined the convoy, but I didn't mention what had happened to me. In the end, I unhooked the boxes and went with my portable device to the side of the road to find a hotel I often use when I'm in those areas. I was driving and there was a lot of interference on the radio. What caught my attention the most was that amidst the interference I could hear screams, but they weren't normal screams. They sounded quite strange. I didn't want to listen to them to avoid getting spooked, so I turned it off. A few meters ahead, I swear, and it's something I can't explain, there was a person walking right in the middle of the road as if nothing was happening. I flashed my lights for them to move, but they didn't. As I got closer, I honked the horn, but they still didn't move. I was driving at a normal speed, neither too fast nor too slow, when suddenly the person turned around. It was the same individual who had been struggling with their car, the one who had followed me, now standing in the middle of the road. Just when I was about to hit them, this person gave me a very unsettling smile, with eyes shining like a cat's in the light, turning a very dark color like a shadow. Suddenly they went down under the road as if pulled from below. To avoid hitting them, I swerved and ended up off the road. I wasn't hurt, but the truck's bumper fell off. After this incident, I got a stern talking to for straying from the convoy. I never told my boss what happened, fearing they would mock me. I just said I fell asleep. I hope you enjoyed this story, and on another occasion I'll share another one. Regards.